Like this video and subscribe to the channel right now, and get 1 week of amazing luck.
When you hear the word waves, what comes to mind? You might think of activities like surfing or a leisurely day at the beach, but there's a catch. Because 99% of us spend our entire lives on land without ever setting foot aboard a ship, we frequently forget about some waves. Our planet's oceans are responsible for some of the most extreme weather that goes unnoticed. It's reasonable that often not many people show up to witness it. But you won't have to miss out anymore, because in this video we're going to be looking at 15 world's largest waves caught on camera. Number 15. Huge waves knock the ship around. This ship was traveling through the water when it hit a swell. The waves were crashing against the ship's exterior, and they were so strong that every time one hit the ship, it was pushed into the air before being slammed back down onto the ocean surface. The deck was being filled with water as it splashed everywhere. Kudos to the captain for maintaining stability. Number 14. The Nuka Arctica versus the Northern Ocean. The Danish capital of Copenhagen is home to the container ship Nuka Arctica. The ship is commonly utilized for carrying supplies to Greenland as well as for doing water quality tests there. With a length of just over 430 feet, the Nuka Arctica is by no means a small ship, but it is also not the largest, so you can be sure that those on board will feel the impacts of bad weather. We witnessed the ferocity of these storms firsthand in a video taken by someone on board. As far as the eye can see, the North Atlantic's enormous and tremendous waves rock the ship back and forth. Wind gusts of up to 100 miles per hour can batter the ship. It's a sight to behold, and the situation would be terrifying if not for the knowledge of everyone on board. These kinds of storms are frequent in the area and occasionally much more intense, so contemporary ships are well equipped to withstand waves of this size with ease, but it doesn't make them any less dangerous. Number 13. Massive waves crash into the oil rig. One of the most dangerous oceans in the world is the North Sea. The combination of the near-Arctic temperatures from Scandinavia and the northern Atlantic with the warm waters of the Gulf Stream results in some tremendously turbulent waves. However, there are numerous oil rigs placed around the sea due to the region's abundance in oil and other natural resources. People often overlook the fact that these gigantic oil rigs, often even larger than ships, can float. A few underwater turbines that are part of the oil rig help it stay balanced and keep the wind and tides from moving it. When the waves are this rough, even large tanks that are used to store or discharge water are insufficient to maintain the correct balance. 2015 saw the Bornholm dolphin stuck in the middle of a strong storm. The massive platform rocks back and forth as the tide changes. The platform is about 60 feet above the water, but the spray from the crashing waves still touches the deck. Simply attached to the ocean floor, they resemble miniature floating settlements that are helpless against the ferocious waves. Number 12. Crazy storm in the North Sea. During a sea storm, this bizarre wave was seen on camera in the North Sea. The wave simply continues to grow until it ultimately crashes through everything in its path. The wave is so tall that it practically touches the boat's roof, where the recording was made. It wouldn't be a good idea to be the target of this. Number 11. The wave hit the second floor. Only a few of the enormous waves we've discussed here can compare to this one. This story of what appeared to be a vacation resort appeared to be hit by this enormous tide, which also slammed onto a few balconies and swept everything in its path away. I only hope nobody was outside admiring the scenery when the tsunami came. The surge practically pulls a balcony right off the building and sends it off to sea. Number 10. Iceberg tsunami. What's worse than a giant wave slamming into your boat? A giant wave with giant icebergs slammed into the boat. Of course, the wave becomes so big that it almost looks like a mountain. Number 9. Extreme waves in the Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean is important to Australia, the Middle East, and Africa. The Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman, both of which are connected to the Indian Ocean, are separated by the Strait of Hormuz, one of the most significant marine waterways in the world. However, the Indian Ocean experiences some of the most unpredictable weather in the world because of an oceanic temperature pattern known as the dipole. It occurs when the temperature of the ocean surface differs significantly from side to side. When wintertime comes, the effect is amplified, which is where the ship was when it happened. This ship was a part of the team looking for Malaysia Airlines Flight 370's debris, which is thought to have vanished somewhere in the zone. But on this day of the church, the sea was much rougher than normal. Waves between 10 and 15 feet high, or around 4 meters, battered the ship. While these waves might not appear to be particularly large, they can quickly knock ships off course. The ship slams into the sea on the opposite side as it travels through the waves, causing the boat to crash against the ocean and send huge waves over the edge. Even if the video is quite frightening, it's nothing in comparison to what the captain sees. One of the most terrifying things a skipper can do is sail in these conditions. One can only speculate as to the captain's thoughts as he approached severe weather conditions. Number 8. Ships sailing a stormy sea. What makes the ocean even exist? This scenario reminds me of an alien movie where the hero is stranded in an odd world. When an extremely violent storm with surges as high as 20 meters and winds as high as 80 kilometers per hour hit the area, the RNZ marine vessel HMNZS Otago was traveling across the Southern Ocean. The ship was jerkily rocking all over the place. The ship was being splashed by the strong winds, which also reached the captain's stateroom through the deck. That the captain can navigate through that kind of turbulence is a miracle. Number 7. The boat is overturned by an enormous wave. The fact that this wave is directly on the shore rather than in the middle of the ocean is what makes it so dangerous. The boat is lifted into the air by the massive wave, and people can be seen in the distance trying to swim away, but the main trouble is still to come. The boat is thrown into the air by another powerful wave that crashes into it, flipping it over and dropping it upside down. Number 6. Japanese Coast Guard rides a huge wave. How could we discuss massive waves without bringing up tsunamis? After a large earthquake displaces a lot of water, tsunamis start far out at sea. Few people have ever seen what these tsunamis look like when they're that far out at sea, but a camera on a Japanese Coast Guard ship captured the action in March of 2011. As the ship sails, it is obvious that the horizon appears slightly off and that the sea has risen significantly in the distance. It almost seems as though there is a small mountain of water to the left if you look closely. When the captain sees this, he understands that his only option was to sail directly at it while riding the tide. To the captain, this wave was obviously nothing the ship couldn't handle. It was just another swell to navigate. However, that isn't the point. As a result, this wave would cause one of the most devastating natural disasters in recorded human history. Number 5. The vehicle washed off instead of on the open sea. This incident was captured from a relatively safe distance of the shore. Unbelievably, that is exactly what happened in Cape Town, South Africa, on a stormy day. It is not every day that a simple storm produces the kind of waves that can come up on shore and swallow entire vehicles. A man can be seen riding his bike through the precise place where he will be thrashed a few seconds later. It's a good thing the man on the bike got out of the way as a huge freak wave came crashing down on the beach and flooded the entire area. Number 4. The largest wave ever surfed. Sebastian Student from Germany holds the record for the largest wave ever surfed. Studner made the momentous attempt on the 29th of October 2020, off the coast of Praia do Norte in Nazare, Portugal, at a meet held by the World Surf League. He surfed an 86-foot wave. The wave was so big it could have swallowed him whole, but Studner managed to hold on and surf the whole wave. Number 3. Teahupo'o, Tahiti. Teahupo'o is one of the deadliest places in the world, with over 5 deaths thus far and more on the way. You can obtain relevant results if you quickly search for Surfing Death Teahupo'o on Google. While some people survived their encounter there but came close to death, others never made it out alive. The most memorable passing happened in 2001 as local charger Bryce Terrier was out surfing. He was trying to duck dive a 12-footer when he was swept over the falls, breaking his back 3 times and putting him in a coma. 2 days after the injuries, he passed away from them. One of the most brutal wave-related deaths in recorded history was his.
Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take me 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal: you just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribes button and hit the notification bell, and you'll get 15 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works.
Number 2. Mavericks, California. The big wave community should pause and re-evaluate some of its choices in light of Mavericks. It's a swift wave that occasionally yields a left-hander. Its waters are also home to many sharks, and there are occasionally gloomy conditions. The unfortunate circumstances surrounding Mark Fu's death in 1994 and another man's connected death in 2011 garnered headlines. Jacob Trent and his promising charger nearly perished, while Simon Milowski drowned. One terrible incident after another. Everyone who attempts to challenge Mavericks feels a strong dosage of fear, worry, lack of confidence, and coldness in their veins. It has a well-known reputation for being the world's deadliest wave. Number 1.
Puerta Escondido, Mexico. Waves in Puerta Escondido have claimed the lives of numerous travelers. From Cassidy to Jay Adams to Noel Robinson, we can't shrug off the damage this wave has caused. The issue with this area is that we may not have the records of many tourists who may have passed away. However, recent upgrades to lifeguard safety have had a positive impact on subsequent tourists. Mark Healy questioned how he survived after almost drowning in the waves because he saw death multiple times. He needed a lot of time to digest the shock.
Alright, have you ever encountered any large waves? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next one.